Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today this is an extremely unusual video. It may not be for you. I'll tell you what it is, and you can decide if you want to stay and watch it or not. So I am a huge movie fan. I absolutely love to go to the movies, but a movie's not done for me until I hear what my favorite reviewers have to say about it. And that's kind of like the icing on the cake. I might enjoy the movie, or I might hate the movie, but I might love the reviews that my favorite reviewers do, right? So here's my three favorite reviewers in the world. Okay, Grace Randolph, the best movie reviewer in the world. Second is Fish Jelly. It's two guys. They review movies together. They're phenomenal. I love their channel because all their stuff is spoiler reviews, full spoiler reviews. And I wish the entire industry would do this. I really dislike listening to reviews, one-cheeked reviews that talk about half of what they think about the movie. It's the worst. And I'm actually kind of really trying to get away from listening to non-spoiler reviews at all. Okay. My third favorite reviewer in the world is Popcorn Beard. He has an amazing review channel, right? Movie review channel, for a whole lot of reasons, and I'll discuss that. What you're looking at, this video right here, this is me commenting on Popcorn Beard's review of the movie Book of Clarence, right? You're like, well, Scott, why don't you just put your comments in the comment section? Well, I've done that for a long time on Popcorn Beard's reviews, right? And I literally will watch the review and I'll comment as I'm watching it, right? Like, and so some of his movie reviews have 5 or 10 comments in the comment section of me commenting to him. And I just realized, I'm like, man, I got so much to say on every single one of his reviews. Why don't I just make my comment a video? So this is my comments on Popcorn Beard's review of the Book of Clarence, and spoilers for the Book of Clarence in this video, because there's spoilers for the Book of Clarence in his video, right? And because I don't discuss movies in a non-spoiler way generally. And so this video is simply what I would have put into the comment section. And the reason I'm doing it here is I have so much to say. It literally kind of doesn't naturally or productively fit in the comment section. And I often have stuff that I want to say that I don't have time to say. And so this is a better, more robust way for me to comment on Popcorn Beard's review of Book of Clarence. So if that's something you're interested, stick around. But I'm actually going to just address my comments to Popcorn Beard, right? So you're like, hey, Scott, I don't really care about your comments on Popcorn Beard's review of Book of Clarence. If that's not for you, I totally get it. Even if it isn't for you, I would click in the description below and go check out Popcorn Beard's review of Book of Clarence and every review he's ever done, because this guy's channel is better than mine and all his videos are better than mine. So if you're here, you should have a lot more fun and a lot more to enjoy there. His channel is amazing. He's like a kind of a quality standard that I would like to meet someday. He's very, very good. All right, okay, so here's my comments to Popcorn Beard on his review of Book of Clarence. So Popcorn Beard, thank you so much for this review. This is one of my favorite reviews you've ever done. For the Book of Clarence, and I thought you were extremely fair to this film. I loved that you explained that you saw this movie on a snowstorm day, and I love that you talk about your experience going to the movies, who you went to the movie with, what snacks you got, what drinks you got, what the weather was at the time, what the theater had, what the theater experience was, what the crowd was like, if somebody talked or if they don't. And I love this because I feel like this is the preeminent review content. And it is saying, hey, and so, Seal's son is the director of Book of Clarence. So Seal, he's an amazing singer that everybody knows. His son is the director of Book of Clarence, right? And so he's the creator. He made this movie, right? And everybody talks to the creators about the content. And they're like, hey, what were you thinking when you did this? What was your thought process when you cast this person, right? But who actually talks to who gets Who talks to the experiencers of the art? You have the creator of the art, but what about the experiencer? And I love that, Popcorn Beard, you realize you are an experiencer of the art, and your experience matters. Every detail of your experience matters, and it matters a lot to me. And and as a really genuine, consistent, frequent moviegoer, right? Hearing someone else's movie experience is just the hot sauce on the taco. I absolutely love it, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the details you put at the beginning. Let's talk about Book of Clarence. So this review is I think it is my favorite review you've ever done. And the reason why is it's incredibly valuable to me. So I did not see Book of Clarence. And the reason why is Book of Clarence isn't a normal movie. This is a movie about Jesus, right? This is a movie about a man who is adjacent to Jesus, right? And the moment you make any film about Jesus, every single side is going to have strong opinions, right? So I'm an evangelical Christian, right? Now, one of the things I loved about your review, Popcorn Beard, is that you said, "Hey, I'm not a God person, but I do have a spirituality, right? And my own set of spiritual codes, right?" And I love that. And so here I am, right? I'm listening to a review of a film, but I'm hearing about somebody else's spirituality, and that's great review. That is great commentary, right? To say, how did this hit for me? Art is created and it's experienced. And I love that you are, understanding how valuable the experiencer is and how valuable the experience is, in that it could take us to some really deep places. And so I'm an evangelical Christian. God is the number, I am a Christian husband and father. The entirety of my entire life is formed by just those two words, evangelical Christianity, right? Jesus Christ, right? And it really is important to me, and it was really important to me to hear what your spirituality is, and it helps me to understand all of your reviews, and it was very personal, and I think it was really important for me to learn more about you. And why would I care? Why would I care to learn more about Popcorn Beard, right? Because we are united in the love of something precious, and that is cinema, right? Film, theater, right? The big screen, right? And one of the reasons why I love your reviews is your love of the big screen is so pure, so genuine, and so real, and it comes out in every single review you do. You are a true movie fan, right? Not a fan of this movie, not a fan of that movie, a fan of getting off your duff, going to the theater, sitting down, putting your focus on the art and experiencing it. And I can just see that your love of it is so genuine, right? And so I really loved learning more about you in this review. But one of the things was, I didn't get to see this film, Book of Clarence. And the reason why is I needed somebody to say, this is not blasphemy, right? Because I looked at it and I'm like, that looks really blasphemous from the trailer, right? And I love Lakeith Stanfield. I was the #1 fan of the new Disney Disney Haunted House 2023. I love that film. I really love that film. And I have a video on this channel about it, right? About my experience seeing that film. And it really meant a lot to me. And I loved Atlanta, right? Which is a masterpiece of the small screen by Donald Glover, and Lakeith Stanfield was in that, right? And so now we see Lakeith Stanfield leaping from the small screen to the large screen. And I really wanted to see one of his first films and see a continuation of his film career, but I couldn't. And the reason why is I'm an evangelical Christian. I can't go see a movie that's blasphemy, right? So I can't promote blasphemy. I can't support blasphemy, right? Now the reality is I loved your review, and I got to hear about the movie. I got to hear about Lakeith Stanfield's performance. I got to hear about the different the different stages of the film, the pacing of the film, all this information I wanted about the film. And I really wanted to see this film. I just didn't feel as a Christian that I could see it. That's the only complaint I have about your review, is I wish you had said what your opinion was, whether this movie was blasphemous or not to you. right? That's my only request. Is I'm asking you to go even further, Popcorn Beard. I want your opinion. I want it all the way, right? And you were like, well, I'm not, a full-on template Christian, so maybe I can't speak to that. You can always give your opinion, and you could have said, hey, I think this is blasphemous, or I think this is not blasphemous, and that would have helped me decide to see it on the big screen. And as it stands right now, I will never see the Book of Clarence on the big screen, because no one I trust has ever said this is not a blasphemous film, right? And so I don't have the freedom to see this film, right? But I really, really, really love movies, and I really, really love the work of Lakeith Stanfield, right? And so I really wanted to see this film, and I didn't get to, but I really got an extremely robust and powerful experience with the Book of Clarence film through your review. And I think your review work on Book of Stanfield is one of the shining gems in your review collection, the collection of movies you have reviewed. And I cannot thank you enough for the amazing work you do on your channel. I really think, in my humble opinion, you're the third best movie reviewer in the world. And I want to let you know I appreciate every single review you do. And a movie's not done, for me, until I see your review on it. And I know whether I enjoyed that movie or had a terrible time watching that movie, I'm going to get more enjoyment just hearing your review from it. So thank you for all the work you do. Thank you for this fantastic review of the Book of Clarence. What's wild is I just went on for, like 11 minutes and still haven't said everything I think about your review. It was really powerful. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you. If you're not Popcorn Beard, you got this far in the video, I much appreciate it. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is your humble opinion. I'd love to hear your opinions of my opinion of Popcorn Beard's review. Let me know in the comments below, or make your own video as a comment. That would be lovely. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.